But it was around this time that every single one of my friends was starting to get a job. And I literally told my mom so many times at that age, I will never have a job. I never want to work a job, because I knew that I could make money on the internet.
Jordan Welch, one of the biggest finance YouTubers in the game, known for his crazy interviews and meeting your favorite entrepreneurs, has had some crazy growth over the years entering the YouTube scene. You may only see him as a rich, scam dropshipper, guru, whatever it is, but his life story is actually deeper than that. With an extremely challenging journey, Jordan is an advocate for self-improvement, and today I take a deep dive into his life to find out who Jordan really is, why he's growing like this, his come-up story, and was it all possibly luck? You've probably seen Jordan Welch somewhere recently and you're wondering, who is this guy? Jordan Welch is an entrepreneur who's made $6 million on the internet in the last 5 years, owns 2 7-figure businesses, multi-6-figure investment portfolio, and he has his dream house and car. Now you're probably wondering, how did Jordan amass this wealth and fame? So let's take a look back at how it all started. Jordan only grew up with his mom and sister, and his dad wasn't around really. So in result, they didn't have any money and they didn't even have a house at the time. The government ended up giving his family a house, but after a year, they had so many financial issues that the bank put the house up for sale. So Jordan had to go move in with his stepdad, and he lived 3 hours away so his mom could focus on priorities. At the time, Jordan was only 9 years old. Jordan says this moment in his life is why he started wanting to have money and wanted financial freedom. Jordan wasn't even able to see his mom, and his situation was just getting worse and worse by being away from his family. One amazing thing did happen though. Jordan's stepfather ended up buying him a laptop. This began Jordan's obsession with YouTube.
I would watch YouTube videos for like 4 hours a day. I became so obsessed with these YouTubers that I idolized them and I wanted to be just like them.
Jordan started making funny videos with his friends, finding whatever they could do and just recording it. Although Jordan had many life issues at the time, this is what kept him happy. He started making money from editing Call of Duty trick shot videos at 14.
This was my introduction to making money on the internet, and this lit a fire inside of me and made me realize that I don't have to get a job to make money online, and there are so many different ways to get paid.
And he would actually make $100 a week. He went on to build multiple businesses throughout high school actually. Jordan tried a clothing brand like every other teenager in high school, and that actually failed. He tried reselling sneakers and all of the above that you can think of. Jordan ended up using all of his money saved up and hosted a sneaker convention with a business partner at the biggest center in his hometown of Fort Myers. Funny thing is, they actually wouldn't let him run it out at first because he was so young, and his mom actually had to end up signing the papers. This was a super high moment for Jordan, and he thought this was his final breakthrough. But when he got home after the event, he had a huge stack of money. Jordan was really happy, but he realized he actually didn't make any profit after paying all of his expenses. Jordan had instead lost like $600, which was really saddening to him. After this, Jordan had to get a job as a dishwasher and a busboy. He used his last $100 to buy his uniform. In his mind, Jordan was not for this. Jordan really knew he didn't want to live his life this way though. On his 6th day of working, Jordan was carrying 6 glasses of wine and accidentally ended up dropping it, and it splashed on the servers. It was all over the floor.
Felt like one of those moments in the movies where time just stops and everybody's looking at you. And I kid you not, this was one of the most embarrassing, lowest moments of my entire life.
After this, Jordan decided that he had to quit his job and he made the decision to go to college. College was really his only path forward, but Jordan had to take out a $25,000 loan to go to college. And he was broke at the time. He was on food stamps for $200 a month and he only had $20 in his bank account.
And these were just some of the most depressing days of my life. I feel like all this momentum I had building up completely came crashing down.
Jordan knew deep down below he didn't want to have this type of life, and eventually another opportunity came up to launch another business. So remember when I was talking about the student loans? Jordan didn't end up spending all of his student loan money, so his university ended up giving him back $2,000. From this, he would start looking for ways to make money online.
I remember all my friends, they were using that money to travel, put down payments on cars, get new clothes, but I was like, I'm gonna use this money and flip it so I can get the hell out of college forever.
So Jordan found out about drop shipping, and he ended up starting with $2,000. He experienced small wins and big losses at the time, but he kept working. He ended up borrowing $500 from his friend due to some losses. He ended up finding his first profitable product, which surprisingly made him over $50,000 in sales in the next month. And due to this, he ended up dropping out of college right there and then. After that, he reached his first $100,000 month and surpassed 10 times his previous bank account account balance, which was crazy, especially since at one point he was in debt by $25,000. This success led to the launch of Jordan's YouTube channel, where he would document his success and show others how to learn dropshipping as well. He started coaching people with dropshipping advice and started bringing in profits from that too. As all of this was happening, Jordan decided to move to his dream location, which was Los Angeles, California. But sadly, he started living beyond his means and lost all of his money. To get himself out of this situation, he launched ViralVault, a product research software. It ultimately became a six-figure business, and Jordan was back on his feet again, living a great life. But after a disagreement with his business partner, it led to him being scammed out of all the money. Jordan became depressed due to the app launch failing and his falling out with his business partner. He racked up about $21,000 in debt, and at his peak of depression, he even called the suicide hotline.
But the lady that I spoke to on the phone that day, she actually really helped me. And it wasn't like I was gonna go and do that, but I was so low and I didn't want to tell anybody else how I was actually feeling. So they helped me out then. But I can genuinely say that was the breaking point, and that was the lowest moment I ever reached in my life.
Due to this, Jordan had to move back home with his mom. He moved back home and saw that people still loved him, and he basically had a restart to life. Jordan stopped bad habits like smoking and drinking, started another dropshipping store, scaled it past $10,000 in 20 days. He documented the journey on YouTube, and this gained him over 250,000 subscribers. Becoming unstoppable in 2021, he took his store past $1 million in sales. He achieved a multi-million-dollar year as an entrepreneur, and this was amazing for him. He started his six-figure investment portfolio, bought a truck for his mom, took his family on a vacation to Jamaica, and he generated about $1.8 million in sales that year alone. He ended up selling his business for a crazy amount of money after creating the best YouTube videos that he possibly could. If you were wondering all along, who is this Jordan Welch guy? Well, now you know. Jordan actually isn't a dropshipping guru, scammer, or things of that sort, and he made his money legitimately. Like and subscribe now to learn more so you can become like Jordan himself.